Hey, what's up, guys? Tyler here with Secure Team. Just a very quick video. I've been getting a lot of emails about what's happening or what happened at the Gatwick airport in southeast England earlier today. And if you haven't heard this story, basically, this airport, it's a major international airport, and it's the second busiest airport by total passenger traffic in the United Kingdom. Everything came to a standstill. No flights going in, no flights going out, due to what they originally called, and this is why I'm getting emails, because people think that this may be some sort of UFO event. They're not sure if maybe the story has been twisted here, or maybe we're not getting all of the answers, but apparently there were some drones that were spotted flying near the vicinity of the airport, or over or above the airport, and they shut the airport down, or most of it. And from what I'm reading here, it created a ton of chaos, with more than 750 flights canceled, planes remaining grounded, while police, and they even brought in the military to search for the operator of, quote, a drone sighted over the runway. And actually, let me clarify this. Apparently, this has been going on for almost 3 days now, where, according to Sussex police, there had been more than 50 sightings of an object, or what they are calling in the mainstream news, a device or a drone, since Wednesday, when the airport first closed. And they're even talking about shooting down the drone if they see it again, but the problem is, apparently they're having trouble finding the drone and the operator. Now, that may change by the time I post this video or after I post it. And so I'm getting many emails from people saying, well, this is very similar to other airport UFO sightings in the past, where they've come out and later tried to explain it away as a kite or a drone, when you had conflicting reports saying that it looked like something else. It looked like a disc or a triangle. Didn't look like a drone or a kite or a hot air balloon at all. And so people are wondering, is this a similar case here? I mean, for Christ's sake, they're bringing in the military. And I totally understand that as well. It's an airport. You don't want anything flying overhead, especially with what's happened in the past and everything. But I did want to get your guys' opinion. We've had similar incidents like this. Probably one of the biggest UFO cases in history happened at the Chicago O'Hare Airport, which I did a video on, and I'll put the link to that video down below, where you have news footage of it. It occurred back in 2006. Look up the O'Hare International Airport UFO incident, where on November 7th of that year, 2006, people at Chicago O'Hare International Airport reported seeing a flying saucer. This was a disc, a saucer or disc-shaped UFO hovering above the airport. Multiple people saw it. Pilots, people on the plane, stewardesses, regular people, airport workers, baggage checkers. They all saw this flying disc. It clearly was not something man-made. And they did their best to try to cover this up. The authorities attempted to brush it off as something natural. But even the pilots, people who were there, have come out and said something was there. This was not natural. Something was hovering above the airport. And so my question is this a similar case? So yeah, we'll continue to follow this. Multiple sightings of an object, what they're calling a drone, above Gatwick Airport in England. And a final thing that I want to briefly touch on in regards to my last video, because it seems that I'm taking some heat regarding the story about Steve and Two Fork, and I'm getting a few comments on that video from people saying that I burned Steve, that I outed him. Tyler, you have a private secret source, and this is what you do. He contacts you after 2 years, and you burn him, and then he disappears. Well, first of all, if you guys have been listening, if you listened to the interview or the past videos I've done about Steve and Two Fork, when he originally messaged me 2 years ago, everything I made public about him, he allowed me to make public. That was the whole point of him messaging me to begin with 2 years before. That was the whole point of him creating Two Fork, which was his own YouTube channel. That was the point of him sending pictures to me to show on the channel of him in his airplane hangar, which, by the way, you can't even see his face. So everything I said about him originally 2 years ago, that was public, and he wanted me and allowed me to say. Now, where people apparently think that I burned him was after I told this story about how a few weeks ago I got a new email from him after 2 years, after which, when I responded, I found that he had deleted everything again. He had created a new YouTube channel, a new email, and then he had deleted it all. And in my last video, apparently some people misunderstood what I had said and are thinking that after this man emailed me 2 years later, that I suddenly burned him or outed him, and then he had to delete everything again. Well, once again, as I said in that video, by the time that I had reached his email, his new email that he had just sent me after 2 years of not talking to me, he had already deleted everything. So nobody was outed. The information was not even public yet. This video I posted yesterday and what I talked about in the interview, that was the first time that I had mentioned this. And this is going on almost a month now since I received that email from Steve, which, by the way, I don't even know if his name is Steve. It could be a fake name. He said that he worked at a company in Texas. That could have been fake. And that information could be used to protect him. Okay, maybe he gave a fake name and that. But the point is, nobody burned him. Nobody outed him. He wasn't a secret source. He only told me what he wanted to, and I only publicly stated about him what he allowed me to. And as far as this new email from him 2 years later, and then him deleting everything, that all happened way before I made anything public. So whatever caused him to re-delete everything, he had already done that before I even had a chance to respond to his email or before I made any of this public. So the few of you saying I burned him, you need to calm down, all right? I would never burn anybody or out anyone or say anything no one allowed me to say. So with that, thank you guys for listening, your understanding, and tell me what you think about what's happening in the UK today. And yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you back in just a bit.